Hello everyone, and I hope you're having a great day today. So today we are doing a house that's built into a mountain, so I thought this would be quite a fun idea, especially as we now have some proper terrain tools and we don't have to manually make our own mountains ourselves. So I kind of built up the mountain using the control, I think it's Control Shift, where you make the little cursor thing like the smallest it can be, and sort of try to get some undulating mountains going so it looks as natural as possible. And I kind of wanted it to really fit nicely into the build, so everything is kind of sunken in, using the different levels in the terrain itself to make the little steps up and the pool as well. And obviously the top bit doesn't really fit into the mountain that well, but I thought that would be sort of the statement piece at the top, and it has the best views as well. So we're just fitting out how everything is connected here and making sure that everything's properly in the terrain. And later on I actually put a load of rocks and some more like grasses and stuff about, just so it looks nice and natural and all fun. And this build was pretty fun to do, and it kind of tried to do different things as well using the terrain. So obviously this is only my second build using the new tools, so still getting to grips with everything that you can do with it, and using some of the fences as well in various occasions to make it slightly more safe than it is. So some of the edges it kind of cut away too much from the terrain that I liked, so I kind of had to pare back how much of the fences that I actually used. And we're going for a very natural sort of base to this build, so it blends in very nicely to the mountain itself. And then we've got a wooden sort of texture on the top, just to make it look as though it's a bit more man-made than it actually in the bottom bit as well. We also have a basement where all the bedrooms and stuff are, which are kind of nicely tucked away, and you can use the pool to actually get some light down there as well, because it'd be pretty grim if you were staying down there and you had no light whatsoever. And the little square windows with the sides to them from Get Together were perfect for the little base bit, as it kind of blended in with the shape that I was trying to go for, and also kind of had brought enough light in and looked modern enough as well. So now we're trying to work out the layout. I knew I wanted to have some sort of grand entranceway using these big windows that I put in the top, so I was just trying to work out how I could fit everything in, and the roofing bit was being slightly annoying because part of the room was outside, and God knows what it was trying to do. We get there in the end, so we got this really big entranceway that goes up to the top, which is an open study area, living room, dining room and kitchen. So everything at the top is sort of your living space, so you can take in all the views, get all the natural light. And then down here in the basement we have a master bedroom, a bathroom for them, and another family bathroom, and another bedroom as well. So in the hallway I wanted to have a spectacular light feature, so using the ones from fitness stuff, using them at different heights and scales as well, just to make this very swanky little light feature, using some of the gold as well. We tried to use like natural textures and colours as well through the build, just to tie everything in. We're going for quite like a dark what black is dark. We've got the slate floor from the outside side. Thought I'd marry that with the walls as well. And it's quite a nice little colour combination using the wood and the black as well. And it also means we can use some different colours that I normally get to use as well. I used the white flooring that had this specks of grey and darker colours in it, because I thought it'd be quite a nice unusual texture to use. And I thought to connect the top and the bottom of the entranceway, we used a nice big built-in bookshelf using the wooden ones from Seasons, just to connect it all the way to the top. I actually put some books underneath the one that's on the first floor, because it's slightly raised up to match the height of the other one, so I thought it'd be a nice place where they have stored a load of the books that they don't normally use. I kind of thought that this house was one of the parents or parent was a designer in some sort of fashion, and they built this house themselves. So we've got a few cameras, and I put the architect plans on the table as well, just to kind of reference what job they might have. And I also put a load of clutter underneath the table as well, because I imagined that was one of the only spaces they could hide all their clutter. And I put a few trophies and awards and some like old typewriters and some paraphernalia on the shelves as well, just to give it a little bit of variation, because they all can look very similar if you're using the same objects. And then here in the kitchen, we're going like very, very clean and modern, using some industrial, just in the grey counters, the ones that you unlock from the chef career. So I thought that would tie in the colours nicely from the floor up to the walls as well. And it's quite a wide kitchen, so I put a little table in there as like a cutting and preparing table. I wish the Sims could use that as their little preparation thing, but I try to keep it quite sleek and not put too much clutter in there, but just enough to make it actually look like it's livable. Then I thought I'd add a little backsplash by using this strange wall divider or object from Get Together, which has the crazy pattern on it, and I thought that would be quite cool to put in the wall and make an interesting pattern on the back there. It's probably better than using a mirror or anything like that. And then I thought we'd have to have some big feature lights over the little counter, so use these nice big industrial ones. I kind of thought they might have reclaimed quite a lot of the items that they were putting in there, so they could clean them up and put them in. They fit quite nicely with the bringing in some tones of black into this area. We've got a few bits and bobs about on the little table, just 2 chairs by the sink, so you can chat to someone washing up. And then for the living area, I put it right next to these massive windows, which have a really, really cool view out of them, especially as I built this on the 64 by 64 lot on the island in Windenburg, so it has really, really great views out into the sea. And I kind of picked the sofas to match the colour of the walls, so got this nice like peachy colour, and then there's the peachy sofa as well from City Living that goes with this. And then we're trying to get the earthy tones back with the solid block of wood coffee table, and just adding a few modern bits here and there, but try to use some woods. And we got the concrete from the backs of the sofas as well, so try and think about the materials and stuff that they're using for this house. And we got another one of the lights as well in the same like coppery peachy tone and the black, just to tie everything in. I try to use a lot of the big paintings as well in this build, because there was lots of big blank walls about, so it was a good place to put a lot of the big paintings. And we got a nice black dining table, which is kind of in the middle of the passageway between the hallway and the living room, but it was kind of the only place that it would kind of fit into, because even though it's quite a long space, it's quite narrow, so you have to kind of make sure everything's all nice and put together. Then behind here I thought I'd make a little quiet zone, so you could kind of sit away from everyone else if you didn't really want to sit down the other end. So we just got another one of the sofas, but in the grey version, just a little rug and some pictures. I put some little stools the other side as well, just because it looked a bit blank the other side, so you could obviously move those and pull them closer if you were having a bit more of a private chat. So down here, this is our entranceway, so we're bringing in a bit of the blue as well, just to tie in with the pool outside, and then just making a little shoe racks and some of the built-in coat hangers as well. So one of the shoe racks actually fitted in really nicely with the bottom place, so it's kind of blended in a lot better than I thought it was. And I thought we'd have a little getting ready station where you can put the bills and your keys and stuff, and we got one of the fancy mirrors as well just before you leave the door. But I didn't want this area to be that cluttered, because it's kind of a space where you just kind of pass through, and it's nice and open and airy. And obviously if you were going like hiking or you were going adventuring, you could kind of dump all your stuff. I made sure to have a nice big bathroom down here, because if you had been out and about and you were covered in mud and dirt, you'd want to go straight into and wash yourself. So we've got a nice big bathroom down here, especially as we haven't got one upstairs either. So it's quite a long thin one, but it had a nice little cutout area because there was an extra space by the stairs down. So it was a great place to hide the shower, and we could also get a bath in there as well. So down here in the basement, I kind of wanted to bring in the rocks and stuff that we had on the outside. So some of the walls down here actually have that texture because it's in a basement. So we would have some of the natural stone coming through, and it took me forever to pick a door, even though I went with exactly the same one. I tried to use those doors because they matched with like the pine woods and stuff, and just more natural textures. So here in the master bedroom, it's quite a modern and sleek sort of design. They don't have too many things going on in here, and I used the new free, I think they're from the new career, can't remember, like the fashion career stuff, because I thought it was quite nice and industrial, mixing the metals with the woods as well, which is what this whole kind of house is all about. So they fitted it in very nicely, and we've got a few little chairs about. We've got a TV above the second dresser as well, but it's all very black and blue and stuff in here. It goes quite nicely with the windows out to the pool, which are all nice and blue. And then in the bathroom, we're going for quite a natural sort of looking one with some green as well as the highlight colour. And then here I thought they would have two kids who kind of have to share their bedroom, but they've got two different sort of personalities but similar in a way. So one of them's a bit more into like lighter pinks and the other one's into like darker sort of colours. You can kind of see their halves of the bedroom to which one is in which half. So we've got a nice little dressing table in the middle here with the built-in wardrobe that hopefully works being under the stairs, but I am not quite sure about that. So we've got a little dressing area, makeup stuff with two little backpacks underneath. So one side's a bit more messier and the other side's a bit more cleaner, and kind of pick out the different colours as well. So I put one of the big pink bookshelves on the lighter pink side, and then on the darker side we've kind of got just a plain white desk and a few more bits and bobs about and some toys and stuff, and a little chest on the end. And then on the pink side I also put a little pink freezer bunny guitar and a microphone, because I thought they might be into that, being a singer or a pop star or something, especially for Get Famous. and I liked using that big colourful rug because they don't have any windows at all, so I thought I'd try to make it as bright as possible in there, or it'd be pretty grim. And just decorating up the hallway because it looked a bit bland, so it's kind of a nice space as well. I do the other bathroom down there in pretty much the exact same style as the one next to it. I'm just adding a few chairs onto the balcony, which would be quite nice to sit out and have a look at. And then on the outside, I thought I was going to build a carport because I was like, yeah, we could have it like sunken in. You wouldn't notice it very well, and it looked atrocious because it was on different levels and the roof wasn't working. So I was just like, nah, we won't have a little carport, but we'll have a little gazebo type thing here on the other side of the pool. So you have to swim to get there, which is the funny part. So it's kind of only used when you're kind of using the pool area, and there's a few seats under there, and I put up a few fairy lights as well. And I tried to blend it into the terrain as much as possible, kind of as the plants have grown over onto the little awning there from the mountain side itself. And we've got a little green wall as well, just to blend it all nicely in. So we've only got a few seats for when you're chilling, when you don't want to go for a swim. We've got one of the little like towel and soap things there as well for when you're ready to go out. And just fitting in some of the lighting, as I like using the posts to hide all the lights in them, so it looks a bit more natural. And I thought, because the entrance is quite hidden away and it doesn't really have any shelter or anything, so I thought it'd be good to put up one of the little awnings and then and go around adding in some grass in all the little sunken like nooks and stuff, so it looks like realistic as much as we can do, especially with the odd colours that we have for the terrain. It's quite nice building in Windenburg because it does have the stone, so they look a bit more like mountains. And I also added a few rocks in there as well, just to make it look like it was kind of crumbling away over time and making it look as natural as possible. So here are the screenshots. I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, feel free to give it a like, and if you'd like to see any more builds, then feel free to subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.